on, what you want to do? I'm in front of you. I can have feeling too. So, it's 6:30 in the morning, and I'm getting down to some Justin. And dancing with you this morning because I'm getting myself ready to go into a networking event. And the great thing about going into this networking event is that I was invited to come speak at this networking event. So, the people who really, really resonate with wanting to work with me are the ones who understand that networking doesn't work because it's random activity. Netwebbing works because you are strategically planning. So netwebbing leverages so that you are creating a crowd, a group that actually wants to do business with you. For example, I'm in Marblehead, Mass., one of the nicest areas in Massachusetts right now. I got up before 5 o'clock to get showered and ready to come down and speak, and I couldn't be more thrilled. Like, how many of you are getting up before 5 in the morning and excited about it because you're living your passion and doing exactly what you are meant to be doing? So I had this group reach out to me last week. They said, hey, can you come down and speak to our group? There's about 40 entrepreneurs that come together, all heart-centered go-getters, and we'd love to hear you speak. We'd love to hear your message. And I said, yeah, of course I will, because that's what I do. And so many people are going to networking events. They show up late or they show up on time. They walk in, they stick their little hand out. Hey, my name's Bob. What's yours? What do you do? What do you do? And they grab a bunch of business cards and they never follow up. And they say networking doesn't work, and they're absolutely right. It doesn't work when you're doing random activities. But when you are leveraging your time through netwebbing, creating a net web of people that are referring you business, inviting you to come speak, putting your ideal clients right in front of you, like just offering your clients up on a platter and asking you, which one would you like? See, that is netwebbing. That is being strategic and leveraging your time so that you don't have to work forever. Networking keeps you working. Networking keeps you working because it's random activity. Netwebbing leverages your time. So here I am at 6:30 in the morning, listening to my music, getting down, driving for an hour to get to this event so that I can go in and do that which I was meant to do. And I couldn't be more thrilled about it. And I know a lot of people that are wanting to do this exact same thing, meaning people talk all the time about wanting to be a speaker or wanting to teach or wanting to be a coach or wanting to set their own schedule and not be networking forever and wanting to create a web of referral partners that are reaching out to them and giving them business and introducing them to others. I've got a couple of gigs coming up in Ohio in June, and they came from a friend of mine who I've created a nice relationship with. She introduces me to a couple of people via email. And there's a strategy to how you do that. There's a strategy to how you introduce people, and I can teach you that too. Good morning, Michael Deshavi. Michael, I love you. I was thinking about you the other day because you know I did that meetup here in the area that had real estate professionals at it, and I know that you were going to come from New York City, and you did not. And we haven't talked, but we need to talk. So, Michael, this message is for you as much as anyone else. I have been invited to come speak at a networking event. I wasn't invited to come sit next to somebody else. I'm not randomly walking in. I'm coming in as the edified expert, authority in a field that they want to hear about. And so it's just a much more powerful, leveraged, strategic, smart way of spending your time. Who else would like to do that? Because that's exactly what I help people do. And when you can get on a stage, you attract your clientele. They come to you. They come up to you and give you their card when they see what you do. When they get a taste of that which you are an expert at, you naturally weed out the people that don't want to work with you, and the people that do come to you. Hello, that's a much easier way of doing business. And you are creating credibility by being on the stage. And you are, good morning, Julie. You're getting pictures taken and video of you on the stage. When I work with people on creating their speaker packet and their speaker one sheet and all that stuff, sometimes they say, well, Cami, I don't have all the logos that you do of Berkshire Hathaway and Ronald McDonald House and Microsoft and Eastern Bank and et cetera, to put on my speaker sheet. I said, that's okay. I didn't either a few years ago, but part of getting on stages is to create all of that credibility. In other words, I just added Eastern Bank to my logos about 2 months ago. Microsoft is now one of my ongoing clients that I go speak at. Today is North Shore business, whatever the name of it is. Like, I just keep adding and adding and adding more and more logos and names of groups. I've got a whole list of co-working spaces, including now the Nest in San Diego, which was a rockin' cool place that I spoke at on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I was speaking in San Diego. Today it's Friday. I'm on Marblehead in Massachusetts. Good morning, Lisa Montgomery. And I couldn't be more thrilled to be able to speak on one coast on Tuesday, another coast on Friday, and I'm invited. I'm invited to come speak, and they are welcoming me with open arms. That's what I want for my clients. That's what I want for you, if that's what you want. Lisa, you and I talked about how can my networking skills help you get a restaurant started. Lisa Montgomery was, what history we have, huh, Lisa? She was a bartender at a bar that I owned in Panama City Beach. I'm 48 years old. I owned a bar from the time I was 23 to the time I was 30. So I've known Lisa for half my life, and she was my bartender and my party buddy, and we even shared a guy or two. That's neither here nor there. But Lisa is an excellent cook. Excellent cook. Man, if I showed her a picture in a magazine, bam, she could make it, and it was delish. And she's talked about opening another restaurant. I know she's done it before. She says that she wants to talk to me, but Lisa, you got to be able to pick up the phone. So the first step in being able to network like a professional is to be able to communicate, then conversate, then collaborate. Collaborate. When we communicate, conversate, collaborate, then we create the income, influence, and impact. So this guy today, back in November, December, I was sending out my speaker packet. I grabbed a hold of, 30, 40 meetups and entrepreneur groups and networking groups in the general area. And I sent my speaker packet out, and I've got a way of introducing myself and edifying myself. Hi, Suzanne. Suzanne, I can't wait for you to be on my call later on today at 2 o'clock. That's a whole different topic, as you so well know. Right now, I'm just talking about how we can leverage our time, Suzanne, through networking. Not networking, netwebbing. Netwebbing wastes time through random activity. Netwebbing leverages time through strategy. So I sent this guy a packet 3-4 months ago, like I did 40, 50 other groups. He reaches out to me a couple weeks ago. He says, hey, would you like to come speak? Sure, I would. So as we're planting seeds, when we know what to say, even when we're typing, how are we posturing ourselves? How are we presenting? How are we packaging the product, which is you? How are you packaging yourself? Hi, Jim. Because when you present yourself in such a way, when you can communicate and then get on the phone and or email and conversate, then you can collaborate. And so now this is just a natural progression of collaboration. Here I am. Nobody's even here yet. Like, I'm sitting in a parking lot waiting for all the organizers to get here. But one of the things that I teach my clients and have for years and years, hi Eileen, Eileen, nice to see you on here. One of the things that I teach people is be early. Be early to events. I have made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years from being at events early. And I could go on and on about why, but I can tell you this, early bird gets the worm, Jim says. Well, here's the thing. Strategically, early bird also gets to meet the organizers. Early bird also gets to offer to help out. And while early bird is helping out, they are able to extract the worm by speaking to the organizers, getting to know them. They can, when I was in network marketing, when the multimillionaires were there early setting up the room, and I was there early offering to help out, I was in like Flynn. They appreciated the help. And guess what? When all the tables were set up and all the music was all set and we had time to sit down before the room opened up, I had $1 million mentorship for free because I was there early. And since I was offering to help out, you know, when you're putting pens on chairs and putting flyers out and things like that, you're naturally going to have conversations, and I would talk with them. And they'd ask me, Cami, how's your business going? And I'd say, well, Patrick, here's what's going on. What do you think? And blah, blah, blah. So getting there early works for so many reasons, not the least of which, if you're brand new to networking, when you get there early, offer to help out at the table and sign people in, because that's how you get to know their names. And when you're there early and you're offering to sign people in, you can then introduce Bob to John and Bill to Mary, etc., etc. And the law of reciprocity says when you do something for people, they naturally want to reciprocate and do it for you. So over the years, over the last 15 years or so, just little by little, I have learned all of these strategies purely by accident, purely by default, purely by just being hungry and tenacious and just strong work ethic. Guys, I was up at 4:30 this morning, taking a shower, listening to my music, getting going, driving to this event, all excited. And some of you guys know I got some major stupid drama going on, and I hate drama. I am so positive. I have gone through so much self-development that drama is the last thing that I want. As a matter of fact, if you come on today at 2 o'clock, you'll hear the conclusion of the drama, because I'm doing it as a public service to let people know what to look out for when dating and finding a psychopath. But I don't need to bring that drama into this event. They don't need to know I got drama. Here's a problem that I see with people that network. They do bring their drama into the event. They walk in. Oh, yeah, you know, I just got a divorce. I'm starting over, and I don't really have any. Well, here, I've got a business card, but let me scratch this phone number. This was my house number, and we're divorced now. Or they start talking about, yeah, well, you know, I'm an employee, and I work over here, but I really want to be a consultant. They bring all that drama in. Ron Sugna, thank you for being on. I just love you. Thank you for writing a testimonial for my book, which is coming out in this month. By the way, Ron and everybody else, the reason the book has been delayed is because I had put in an application to trademark the word net play. And long story short, I didn't do it right. And it was already trademarked by somebody else who was actually using it in the same exact genre and way that I was using it. So it was a bit of a breakdown. It was a bit of a setback. It was a bit of a, oh my God, I used the word net playing in my book 500 times. And that was the whole, like, take the work out of networking and net play your way to success. What the hell do I do now? But here's the thing, guys. Every breakdown has a breakthrough. So whatever your breakdown is, whatever your drama, even the drama with this psychopath that I went out with for the last 6 weeks, even that is turning into lots of lessons learned. What can I pull from everything? So the book, now instead of net play, Friend of mine, Emerald Peaceful Green Forest. Emerald, I'm going to give you a props for this because I appreciate your ability to download and intuitively get messages. She comes to me a couple of weeks ago. She says, Cami, it's my birthday today, but I got a gift for you. And she gave me the new word, and the new word is so much more sophisticated. Net playing was fun. Let's take the work out of networking. Let's net play our way to success. And that's way better than networking. And I still talk about wanting to have fun networking, but now I talk about net webbing, creating a net web. And for people who don't understand that networking isn't just face-to-face chit-chat, it's anytime you communicate, it's on the web, it's international, it's all of that. Thank you, Suzanne, for saying that you like it. And here's the thing, net webbing is strategic. Think about how the spider creates her web. Actually, Nancy, don't worry about the trademark being a bummer. I actually found out that you can't really trademark a word. You have to trademark a process. And even the book, you can't trademark unless it's a series. Like Harry Potter, one book, no trademark. Harry Potter, the series, trademark, brand name. I'm not here to teach about trademarking, but here's the thing about net webbing. Oh, look, the sun's coming out. Look, I was up before the sun. The net web, spider. When she places her spider web, she is strategic about where she connects it. She connects it in the window or on the tree or wherever she's connecting it strategically to make it strong. And the next morning when you wake up and you see that spider web, there are connections and web, right? Web. So think about all the people. Think about all the people that you can connect with all over your local area, all over the country, all over the world, creating a net web. Founder of the World Wide Net Web. Hello. Let me bring this over here because the sun has changed on us. So I just want to share that if you're having a breakdown, that is a good example of a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough when you have a breakdown if you look at it that way. So whether it's personal or business, hey, whatever's going on, it is what it is. Make lemonade. You got a lemon? That's okay. Make some lemonade out of it. So now the book has been revamped, replaced all of the net play with the net web, had to explain what net webbing is. And I just love this analogy because here's another thing, and I'll share this with these folks in here today if it comes to mind. I always talk about, God, that sun is crazy different. Sorry about that, guys. If we are sharking through the room, dun, 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 what do you do? What do you do? And hunting people down and trying to get business, there's that way of wasting time networking, being a predator, being a shark, being aggressive. Other thing is, now we're passing out business cards everywhere. We are spraying and praying. We're spraying our card everywhere. Let's just give everybody a business card. And for some reason in our minds, we think that we just did some business and networked. Be clear, spraying and praying is like a skunk. A skunk sprays and it's repelling. You know, people are just cramming cards in your hand. You don't know who they are. Those cards are going in the trash, or they're putting you on an email list you didn't want to be on. That doesn't work. Third thing is, people are collecting cards. They're collecting cards all over the place. Give me a card. Grabbing cards out of the little box that goes around. Grabbing cards off the tables. Passing around their little stacks of cards, and they're grabbing cards like a squirrel. Squirreling nuts away. Going to grab all these cards, and then they squirrel them away, and they never call anybody. So, are you a shark? Are you a skunk? Are you a squirrel? Or are you being a spider? Are you strategically creating a net web of resources and relationships that lead to revenue, that lead to what it is that you're wanting to accomplish? Because that's what I teach people how to do. I'm at this event today, not because I looked it up online and I'm randomly walking in, not because a friend invited me and I'm going to sit in the group and stick my hand out and say, hey, what's your name? Because I'm going to be on the stage and showing people my expertise, building rapport, and attracting my perfect clientele. If that is something that you want me to help you review, I love reviewing your business plan, your networking strategy, and or your mode of operation. If you are a speaker, if you are wanting to speak, if you are starting to speak or have considered being a speaker and see the benefit, let me tell you, when you learn how to set up events, get invited to speak, etc., you can go anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world. If you are moving to a new area, set up some speaking engagements. I went to Miami last month. I know 100 people in Miami. I know there's 6 places I could go speak tomorrow if I wanted to. As a matter of fact, one of them has invited me to come down and speak on June 14th. I'll be back in Miami on June 14th, and so here's what I'll do. Now that I've got a gig booked for June 14th, what I'll do is I'll reach out to the other groups and say, hey, I'm going to be there June 14th. Why don't we do something June 12th or June 16th or something like that? And I'll get 3 speaking gigs at one time while I'm in Miami. And when I'm in Ohio the next week, I will do the same thing. So anytime I go somewhere, I can get 3 for the price of 1 as far as speaking gigs go. And I can help people do that because that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it for 15 years. When I moved to New York City, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, when I was in network marketing and I needed to be able to meet more people and recruit and keep my business going, I would reach out to meetup groups. I would explain to them, hey, I've been on HGTV House Hunters. I've been in Success from Home magazine. I was a guest judge on Celebrity Apprentice. I'd love to come in and teach your people how to network in such a way that they can use these strategies for themselves to build their business, blah, 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 blah. And they would have me come in and I would speak to 30 or 40 or 50 people just like that. And I would always get 2 or 3 business partners out of it. In the 5 years I was in network marketing, I had a team of 10,000 people worldwide, and I personally recruited 131 people. 131 people. And I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you, getting on the stage works in so many ways. Now, when I recruited those 131, I'm the bridge builder. I'm the net webber. I'm the relationship creator. At the time, my business partner, who was also my husband, he was the closer. He was the closer. So I am very clear about what I'm strong at, what I'm not strong at. I'm not a big closer. Believe it or not, as much of a driver as I am, I'm not a big closer. So, if I get on the phone with somebody and give them a strategy session, review their business plan, talk about what they're doing or not doing or could be doing in networking or getting on a stage, it's not about having some big close. It's about, this is what I do, this is what I can help you with if you'd like to work with me, and I see it as a good fit because being able to discern who we want to work with, when we want to work with them, and if we want to work with them is very important too. So if it's a good match, then we talk about it, and we talk about what that looks like. But never been a big closer, just a good relationship builder. And when you can build relationship, when you can build rapport, when you can chat people up, when you can help them feel comfortable with you, when you understand personality styles and body language and tonality and mirroring and matching and just all of those fun things that I've learned over the years from Tony Robbins and Darren Hardy and Zig Ziglar, just all of them. When you can do all that, a strong close is not really necessary. A good presentation is a natural close in and of itself. It's not about learning a bunch of strategies and all that. It's about being able to talk to a human being, see what their needs are, express to them that you can help them with whatever it is that they're needing help with. And if that's what they want to do, then you create a relationship. So, I'm getting ready to walk into this event. Let's see if you can see it. It's a beautiful place called Acapulco. It's a Mexican restaurant, and we're having a networking event at 7:30 in the morning. Who knew? on Marblehead, and I was invited to speak. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to speak to 40 entrepreneurs. I'm going to talk to them about how to net web, how to have intention so that they pay attention, and then create the retention of the resources, relationships, and revenue that they are wanting. And at the end of the talk, they will all have points, tips, pearls of wisdom that they didn't think about, actual actionable activity that they can take right now and implement to be more productive and profitable and professional networkers, net webbers. And if they really want to take it to another level, we can talk about that too. But it's not about selling. It's about packaging, presenting, being present, posturing, and positioning yourself as the expert and authority in your field. Because when you are positioned that way, people are attracted to you. They see your credibility, and they either want to work with you or they don't. I got to go too, Suzanne. Thank you that you love it. I'm sure you got to jump in the shower. I got to jump into this building. For those of you who want to hear what to look for, if you're dating or if you're in business or if you're communicating with other human beings, you may want to know what to look for with a psychopath, because psychopaths have no emotion. They are totally void of emotion. And I will share some tips with you as to what I learned with my psychopath in the last 6 weeks. So, have a great day, and I will talk to you guys at 2 o'clock about the psychopath. If you're interested, if you're not, don't worry about it. But I think it's just great information for people to know, and I'm going to go in and do some business right now. Send me an instant message. Send me an instant message if you'd like to learn how to do the tips that I just taught you. Bye.